Hello everyone. Tonight we're going to be showing you the Parallax StingRay Robot Kit. Now we just received this from Parallax, and thanks to them for everything, helping us out with our robot kit reviews. Included with the StingRay kit, we got the sensors as well, which is basically a kit for the StingRay robot. So it's the ping kit for the StingRay robot. Contains 3 ping sensors, which are ultrasonic sensors. Now let's get started. Basically, let's open up the box. We have yet to look inside of this, but basically have a well printed out instruction manual. Seems pretty straightforward. I believe all these things are also available for us online, but they've included it just to make it easy on us. I'm going to tilt this over to the side here as I take out the components. So let's start up. What do we got here? So here we have just a basic AA 6 battery holder. I'm assuming this is what's going to power the StingRay kit. Over here we have a bunch of looks like we have a bunch of resistors, capacitors, LEDs, a whole bunch of stuff. So it's a project kit essentially. So this is going to allow us to build on top of the Parallax StingRay kit, and it's going to let us experiment with electronics. These types of kits are great because they include a lot of little components. If you're not familiar with a lot of things, it's a great way to get started. I highly recommend getting one of these. Next up, we have another bag of goodies. This one contains basically a prototyping board and a bunch of hardware. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what I mean by hardware, nothing more than screws, nuts, bolts, spacers, other small components you're going to need to build the robot. We got some 2 nifty wheels here. These are pretty big, as you can see. I would say about 5 to 6 inches in diameter, probably 5. Very solid, rubberized, so it's already on there. It just doesn't come off too easily either, so I don't think you have anything to worry about there. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but if you look at the Parallax kit itself on the outside box, you know, right here you have the kit, and then you have the wheels. You only have 2 wheels, and then basically a small, sorry about that, 2 small wheels in the back right over here. You can barely see, but we'll get to. And it just kind of pivots about on those wheels. Now, what else do we have here? Now, here we have the DC motors, is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and open up all of these components as I start building the unit. What I like to do for the product reviews is I like to go step by step with the product manual and include that for everyone to see. What else do we have here? Now, the rest, see here, a basic USB cable. We've built so many of these kits that we already have plenty of these connected, so we probably won't need to open that one up. And the rest that we have in here, it looks like all the components to build the actual robot, which are basically the vehicle itself. A bunch of metal components. Let's see, yeah, a bunch of metal parts. There are 2 more pieces in here that I can clearly see that we should stand out. First is the Parallax board. Now this is the MSR1 controller. Some people call this the propeller board. I'm not sure if this is the actual propeller board, but we'll go ahead and when we get it open, we'll be able to tell what kind of board this is. In fact, it looks very familiar, and I think I also used this board on another robot kit that I built, but this was more of a homemade robot kit rather than a ready-made one like the one that we have before us today. Let's put that off the side. The last piece here, basically those back wheels that we talked about. These actually spin around. Now there's no motors attached to these, so it'll just be basically moving about in itself. So you can see here there's a wheel. It can spin, and the nice thing about these is that all of these things roll around. So this will spin nicely and also go side to side, which is, you know, basically the movement of the StingRay. It's going to have, you're going to have that wheel in the back, these 2 in the front here. So these are the ones that will roll like this, obviously not moving that way. They'll kind of move and make the vehicle tilt, all the while this actual back wheel will be moving around like this or forward as it needs to and rolling around. Now this is, I would highly suggest using this kit or purchasing this kit if you plan to be using this indoors. It does look like you can use it outdoors, but based off the construction of this back wheel, this is a plastic wheel here. This is plastic, there is no grip on it, it spins around a lot. I could see this getting caught in a lot of things, especially if you're trying to roam around in grass. Definitely this would get caught in all the weeds. Although these bigger wheels here do seem to be able to be good enough to go outside. You know, they're not off-roadish, but I see no problem using them. My recommendation might be to change the back wheel or to have a swivel of some sort that was good for the outdoors. And everything else is basically the same. Here we have some jumper cables here that we're going to be able to use later on. And the rest here that's in the box is just everything you need to build it. Now, one thing I want to point out, which is really nice at Parallax, a lot of manufacturers out there don't do this, but from our past experience building the Sumo Bot from Parallax, they included a Parallax screwdriver. Now you say, what's the big deal? Well, the nice thing about Parallax and their kits is that normally all you need is this screwdriver. We will see if that's the case with this kit today, but that's about it for now. That's part one of this demonstration. It's just kind of get you introduced to the Parallax kit. The next kit, or the next video that we'll be showing, we're actually going to be talking about and showing you how to build. So we'll walk you through the build process of the Parallax StingRay kit, and we're good to go.